Finalyca, India's #1 data analytics platform, which compares alternative investments like PMSs and AIFs with mutual funds and ULIPs. We shall now look into the compare funds feature, where we can compare various PMSs along with mutual funds, ULIPs or AIFs. So let's search for a particular fund. ASK IP, which is having data from March 31st, 2022. So this is a PMS which I have selected. We shall use this PMS and compare it with a mutual fund. So let us select HDFC FlexiCap and adjust the dates so that we can compare apple to apple. Let me select one more PMS out here so that we have two PMSs and one mutual fund to compare. So after this mutual fund gets loaded, I'm going to take another PMS which is from Marcellus. Let's say Marcellus Consistent Compounders, and it's for 31st March 2022, so comparable. And while comparing, we can see that we have all the three logos here, which is the ASK logo, the HDFC Mutual Fund and the Marcellus logo out here. The products which are described, of course, the first one is a PMS, then a mutual fund, and then a PMS again. Thereafter, we can see that the data is available, or we have selected data for the same period. We got the NAVs, we got net assets, the inception date. So here we have got all the AMCs, which is ASK, HDFC Mutual Fund and Marcellus. There are two PMSs, the first one out here, Marcellus again, which is a PMS, and HDFC is a mutual fund. We have the fund names here. The data is on the same date, which is 31st March 2022. Thereafter, the NAVs, the net assets, inception date, the riskometer, the fund managers. So we've got Mr. Chetan Thakkar here, Mr. Prashant Jain and Mr. Rakshit Ranjan here. Again, the classification, the benchmarks which have been defined by the fund, the expense ratios, the minimum investments which is mentioned out here, the fee structures and the exit loads. As we go down, we can see the trailing returns for different periods, which is 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and since inception. Not only that, we also give the benchmark returns out here, or the category returns as defined by mutual funds, from which you could find out the outperformance or underperformance, if any. Thereafter, the composition in terms of the equity, debt and cash. As we go down, we see the sector weights. All three we can see are heavy on financials out here, followed by material, energy and material out here. As we go down, we see the top holdings with the weights that are defined. We see that we get the total number of stocks in each fund, the average market cap, the portfolio PE ratios, followed by the risk analysis on a 1 year and 3 year time frame. So we get the standard deviation, Sharpe ratio, beta, R square, alpha. In this way, we can actually compare 7 different funds along with this cursor. This is how you can actually run a compare funds on our Finalyca platform. Also, besides this, you could directly enter the email ID of your client and share the report with the client. So here is how you could generate a PDF, and the PDF report can be shared. This is how the funds compare functions on Finalyca. Thank you.